Daughter was up in Bradford. Would our dog sit whilst away? Of course I will. Took the dog on its constitutional and came across a tree surgeon and his noisy machine. Asked if I could have some of the wood chips for my allotment. Yes was the response. Where is the location? And I explained, giving directions, stating I'd have to be present to give gate access. My plan was to deposit the wood chip at the very bottom of this road, near the new steps that had been recently erected. It was a bit of a gamble because this area is often used to reverse low loaders so they could change direction and leave the site. But the gamble paid off and the wood chip was duly deposited. To set out my plan B, I had no idea of wood chip when plan A was devised. I had at first to assess the collecting of the wood chip, finding out how long it would take to bring it from the pile back to my plot and then back again to refill it. My rate of walking was of a casual speed. It speeded up on the video with adequate rests at the arrival of the wood chip pile, filling the barrow and returning to the plot, depositing the wood chip, culminating with another resting period. When at the end of the path, it is a bit of a twisty performance, negotiating round a water butt and twisty turns before entering onto an open area. Through the site entrance gate, down a dark passageway towards the new steps. Negotiating the slope was a bit hairy as the barrow had a tendency to speed up going down the slope. This is why I chose this moment to take a rest period before loading up the barrow. Over the barrow was then loaded with wood chip, and one can observe the arrival of a large vehicle which will be using this part of the road to make a reverse turn. The start of the return journey up the slope had to be taken at speed to reach the top, and I've shown it again to illustrate the effort. Negotiating the bend and the water butt at that end is a little bit more difficult. And here I am back at the plot, and the time that I recorded was just over 10 minutes. Most contents were tipped and arranged by pressing and shuffling of the feet. Wood chip laid, another rest period was taken before starting out on another trip. This was how the plot looked at the end of the last session of the day. but a comparison of the photos taken on the first day to that of the Friday did not appear that the pile was reducing in any way. It did look more favourable from the other side, but still, there is still a long way to go. Saturday morning, an early start, and was surprised at the number of vehicles queuing adjacent to the strip, complete with yellow jackets, because last night was very, very cold. In fact, it has been very cold all week, but last night there were 2 blackouts, and these guys were here to find the fault and make repairs. The repairmen will require access through the gate, but first they have to locate the faults, giving me a chance to assess some new action and devise what's called now Plan C. First question is, how much wood chip does a barrow hold? Let's fill a barrow with wood chip and put it into a bag of known capacity and see for myself. A canvas bag is 1'6" by 1'6" at the base, therefore filling it to an average of 6 inches from the top. We then have a base of 1'6" by 1'6" by 1'6", which is 1/8 of a cubic yard. And I've got 9 bags, which then gives us 30.4 cubic feet, or 1 1/8 cubic yards. Yeah, 1 full barrow. Could top it up just a little bit more. Now we've got to put that into a bag. One barrow full. That's 1'1", giving us 11 inches in depth. Let's call it a depth of wood chip of 1 foot, making it nice and easy, which is half a full bag or 2/3 of a wood chip bag. Calculations completed. It's down to the wood chip pile with 9 bags, which were all filled by 12 o'clock. Here we are showing 8. I was 1 bag short. It should have been 10. There was 1 barrow load of wood chip left. I did not require a physical bag. I would have just emptied 1 bag on the plot and brought it down, but that was adding at least 15 minutes onto my timetable. And so I placed a bag on top of that and with difficulty buried it up to my plot. And then in the afternoon the remaining 8 bags were barrowed up to the plot and I'm left with a vacant site. I had completed the day's task bang on 5 o'clock, so it was journeyed home, time for a shower, a shave, a change of clothes and sitting down for dinner, not at home but at my daughter's, together with her in-laws, and it was the culmination of a successful week.